So lately I've been thinking a lot about habits. I've tried a lot of other methods like just pushing through it, willpower, using a ton of motivation, depleting my emotional reserves. And I remember during the times where I really wanted to achieve something bad, these methods that I just listed didn't work. At that time, I discovered habits. Here was another system that was promised to make achieving your goals way easier. I was kind of skeptical, but read a couple of books. I remember I read one called Tiny Habits, and then I read Atomic Habits. And these things just blew my mind with how simple they were. But it didn't really hit me. Like, for me to make actual changes in my life, I needed a system, a methodology, something practical that I could focus on doing routinely. And I think during this time is whenever I realized something kind of important, which is every time I thought about habits, it's always been about how to achieve it, achieve a goal, achieve a desired outcome. But it never really dawned to me as to how to destroy bad habits. Like why do bad habits even exist in the first place, right? How'd they get there? And can we use the same tools that we've learned for creating good new habits for specifically destroying bad habits? Let me read the definition of habits. It says here, a settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. So think about that. They said in the definition that especially one that is hard to give up. That's what they defined as habit. Just in the definition of the word is the mention of bad habits. So how do you get rid of it? Well, I'm going to go do a quick primer on how a habit actually is formed. There's 4 steps. There's a cue, there's a craving, there's a response, and there's a reward. Now, if you want to create a good habit, what's a cue got to be? It's got to be very attractive. Creates this desire in you, like a craving, which prompts you to make a response. And I define response as anything post decision. And the response causes you to gain a reward. That's a habit. Cue to craving to response and to reward. So for the creation of a good habit, you have to make the cue very attractive. You have to make the craving very intense, desirable. You have to make the response very easy, like it has to be an easy decision for you to make. Then you want to make the reward as satisfying as possible. And to break a bad habit, it's the opposite. You have to make the cue almost impossible. You have to make the desire almost disgusting. You have to make the response extremely difficult. And finally, you have to make the reward unsatisfying. So now that you know how to create a good habit and how to destroy a bad habit, then you want to think about what's a way to make it easily achievable for you in attaining whatever goal that you have set forth. Consider this. Consider replacing bad habits with good ones, not adding one after the other, not compensating for the other, not running things out of sequence, but straight up replace. This is something that's helped me before in my weight loss journey, my gym journey. It's helped me with relationships. It's helped me financially. It's helped me in taking more risks almost every day. And it's something that I think a lot more people need to consider. Because here's the thing with habits, once you implement them, they almost become routine. That's why it's a habit. It's something that you do routinely every day. But it's not the routineness that's interesting to me. It's the ease of actually doing these things over a period of time. Like the mental or emotional or even physical hurdle to doing something routinely, that bar goes down over a period of time. Think about it this way. Initially, whenever you're trying to undertake something new, like you're trying to be more healthy, trying to eat healthier, trying to go to the gym more often, or even just try to go to the gym in the first place, initially, it's hard. First day, you might be excited, and then the task and the challenge in front of you is daunting. Second day, you start to dread it just because of everything you've done the previous day, and you know what's coming. Third day, you just hate it, but you're starting to get into acceptance of it. Fourth day, you realize you're stuck in this and there's no way out, so you might as well just get accustomed and used to it. Then after that, since you have come into acceptance, you start to go into a childlike manner and you start to decide, hey, why not make this fun and interesting? And over a period of time, the barrier to doing these things, or at least the level of difficulty, becomes lower and lower. Until one day, it just becomes completely unconscious. It's in the back of your head, just routine. And you love it. You see the benefits, you see the progress, you see the challenges. You learn so much through challenges and struggles. And you might look back and think, wow, I've come a long way. But I'm still not happy. But I'm doing better than I ever did before. And I think that the only way to achieve that is by taking on more challenges. And I would say implementing a new habit or destroying a bad habit is definitely a challenge, especially that first week. All right, guys. Peace.